Hello and welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you some helpful tips for making well-structured materials in the node editor. I'll start off by showing you a few tips and then I'll talk you through making a simple ground material using these new techniques. So the first tip is that you can left click and drag to select multiple nodes in the editor. You can shift and then double left click to remove any from the selection. The next tip is that you can control and then right click and drag to slice and cut a connection between two nodes. You can also drag and drop new nodes in between two others and it will automatically connect the links. You can delete a node by pressing X and it will delete the link, or you can use Ctrl X to delete it and automatically fill the gaps with new links. You can move nodes with G just as you would an object in the viewport. You can select multiple nodes with Shift and left click. You can scale nodes with S and then choose a Y-axis and type 0 to neaten them up. Once the material is all set up, you can click Ctrl H to hide all of the unused nodes. You can drag and drop images straight into the node editor from the file viewer. You can create groups out of multiple nodes and then choose which parameters you want to be able to access from outside the group. You can rename these parameters from the toolbar. You can open a group by pressing the node icon, and you can close it by pressing the arrow in the top right. To start off with creating this ground material, click New Material on the ground plane and then drag and drop a normal map image. Insert a normal map node and connect the color input to it, and then connect it to the normal input of the principled shader. Now we can neaten them up a little bit by selecting them both, pressing S to scale and then pressing Y to lock it to the Y-axis and then clicking 0. Now we can drag and drop an image for the base color and connect it, and then drop an HSV node in between the two. We can use this to reduce the saturation a little. We can also drag and drop a brightness contrast node in the same way, and then use it to increase the contrast. Now say we didn't actually want that HSV node, we can just select it with left click and then press Ctrl X to delete it and automatically connect the links. Now we've finished editing the principled shader, we can click it and then do Ctrl H to hide the unused nodes. Now we can create a group out of the whole left section by left click and dragging to select them all and pressing Ctrl G. If we want to control any of the parameters, say the normal map strength, from outside the group, we can drag its input to the group input node. Its default name is just strength, which isn't very descriptive, so to change it we can press N to bring up the sidebar, double click the name and change it to something better like normal map strength. Close the sidebar again with N, and now we can exit out of the group by clicking the up arrow in the top right of the node editor. We can call this something like dirt just by double clicking on the name and typing and then pressing enter. Now let's create a quick grassy texture by dragging in a grass image and connecting it to a new principled shader. Then connect both textures through a mix shader into the material output. We can use a noise texture to control the mix value and use a color ramp with the values pulled a bit close together to increase the contrast between the two textures. Make them into a new group and rename it grass. Now, as you can see, we've used these techniques to create a much more effectively structured material, which will be much easier to edit parameters if you ever want to change the material later. If you found any of this useful, please like this video, comment below if you've got any ideas for new videos. Thanks for watching.